Folks, welcome to the No Pix After Dark podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Dante. You know, if you get me out in the cold, it must be a special guest because it's cold, it's a blizzard. But you know what? We made it here. We're at Baltimore Center Stage, and there's an amazing show coming here. Amazing show. I've seen it on internet. I've seen it on IG. Everybody's talking about it in the city, and I'm here with one of the stars and the playwright, Miss Lena Waithe. How are you?
I'm so good. Thanks for coming out, Nicole. I appreciate it. Thank you for braving this weather. It's not pretty out there.
Listen, I was like, I'm gonna make it.
Oh, I appreciate
I'm out
that.
there shoveling ice,
Yo,
picks ice. Like I gotta make it. I'm
look,
like I'm gonna put the skis in this. I'm gonna get. I'm
okay.
gonna get here.
I was stepping over the mountains too. Worth it.
Does this remind you of Chicago a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I think some folks were saying, "Yo, it's a blizzard." I'm sorry. I was like, "Yo, we so used to this in Chicago. So many snow days, so much cold weather. But everything's temporary. It'll melt away soon."
Well, we're here for the special show, Trinity,
Yes.
and again we are so happy that you decided to kick off here in Baltimore City,
Yes.
Charm City.
Look, I'm grateful to be here. Stevie Walker Webb is the artistic director of Baltimore Center Stage. He's also the director of the play. Avon is he's our associate director. He's worked as our dramaturg on the play as well. So, and Avon's homegrown, and Stevie is a transplant, but he's such a proud, resident of this city, and I'm grateful to be here too. It's just I've been here before to see plays and to spend time with them, and to be here for an extended period of time has been really special, truly.
Well, we appreciate you being here, and we'll get right into the questions.
But
Theater is immediate, unedited, no second takes. For someone
yes.
who's mastered the screen, what drew you to that risk?
I think just that, the risk of it all. It's very scary. It's a vulnerable place to be in. I've been running lines like crazy. I run my lines anyway. I make sure I'm, ready to go when I'm on set. But it's true, when you're filming a movie or a TV show and you mess up a line, you flub, as we say in the business, you get to do it again. You get to say, okay, let's take it back. Back to one, back to one. Go in the blooper reel. And with stage, yeah, here's the truth about everybody's telling me about stage who works in theater. Like, you're gonna mess up, you're gonna drop lines, it's gonna happen, and that gives me so much anxiety. The idea of that, but the truth is, it's a part of my journey as an artist. Like, I need to be able to flub, to fail, to stumble in front of the audience, and I think because they need to understand that that's what artists do. We're not always perfect, and I think it's such an interesting metaphor too, especially now in society. There's this idea that if you live in the public eye, that you're supposed to be a sort of model citizen or perfect or be some sort of role model. And I think the best way to lead by example and to show up is to let people know that, hey, I don't always get things right. That's an expectation I don't even have of myself, so I wouldn't want someone else to have it of me. And in the play, it was very vulnerable. We're saying that there's emotional nudity in the play,
Okay.
and that we're really being vulnerable. And I think, and that's, I mean, even for us as the cast, it requires that emotional vulnerability. And if you can't tap into that, it's not going to translate to the audience.
How has it been going for you so far at the rehearsal?
It's definitely been a rocky ride, and very transformative, and it's grown me and it's stretched me. I've had to learn a lot of patience, had to really learn surrender. Although, by the way, I've always working on patience and working on surrendering whether I was in theater or not. But it's about, and also it's about doing what's best for the team. This isn't theater. It takes a village.
Right.
Any really, if you're doing a TV show or a movie as well. But I think in theater, you're counting on the people next to you, because if they drop a line, you got to catch them. If I drop a line, I got to trust that they're going to catch me. And that's from everybody, but behind the scenes and on the stage. Because, like, again, with lighting cues, music cues, there's so much that has to happen that we have to be a well orchestrated ballet.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you chose Baltimore to launch this, not New York, not LA,
Mhm.
not Chicago.
Mhm.
What does the city have that makes it right for the first audience for this story?
Well, Baltimore Center Stage is a really iconic theater, and it's an amazing space. And I just feel really held when I see plays here. And I think that's because of the space, the actual space of it. You feel really warm, and also the people that are here. I think that's really what's so special about Baltimore, is really the people. And I love Chicago. I love LA, obviously, love New York. I love all those cities. And the truth is, if Trinity does well here, maybe it'll transfer to one of those places. And a new iteration, and whether I'm in it or not. But Stevie really wanted to bring this play here because he wanted to have the Baltimore Center Stage stamp on it. And I think that was the right thing. And I'm really grateful to be here and to be working with this company and this team. It just makes so much sense.
It will succeed and it will be traveling
Say
across.
that. Come
It
on.
will succeed. Trust.
Thank you for
Trust and
speaking that
believe.
over my life.
And Baltimore will show up
They are
every night.
they
Okay.
already
I
showing up.
told you my mom is already coming.
Look,
She's already excited about it.
them
So
tickets is going. I appreciate y'all. Truly. Keep buying them. We still got some seats available.
Baltimore has a reputation for being overlooked, underestimated, but fiercely authentic.
Hmm.
How has how has being here shaped how you're thinking about Trinity's journey beyond this production?
Well, I think what's special about this place is I get to really find it even more. You know, the play has grown so much since the rehearsals have begun, and I think just me being in the city, going to local restaurants, meeting people, catching that energy, catching that vibe. It's because that's I go home at night and I work on the play. I make edits, I make additions, I tweak things, I memorize lines. I think Baltimore's DNA is going to always be a part of Trinity because we began here and because I worked on it here in a way that I haven't worked on it anywhere else.
You're known for centering black stories that Hollywood said they wouldn't sell.
Hmm.
What's the story that you're dying to tell next that people think maybe it's too risky?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, I think Trinity falls into that
Okay.
category because even though, yes, there's three black women inhabiting these characters,
Right.
but the show is not focused on our blackness, our gender, or our sexual orientation. It's really focused on our humanity. And that's almost an interesting way of going about telling a story because so much art is identity based,
Mhm.
which is totally fine. I mean, a lot of my work is as well. I tell a lot of black stories. People know that about me. But I think with this, I wanted to push myself out of the box that I maybe put myself in, which is that everything has to be centered around identity and sexual orientation and where you live or what you do for a living. Even in this play, we don't really talk about what these characters do for a living.
Mm.
It's really more about matters of the heart, how they show up as the children of their parents, how they show up in romantic relationships, and how they show up in their platonic relationships, and that's something any and everybody can relate to.
What's the conversation you want happening in Baltimore after people see Trinity?
Wow. Honestly, I wish I could eavesdrop on everybody's dinners after, or hear what everybody's saying out here in the lobby once they leave, because the conversations are going to be endless. And that's the thing. That's the one thing I can't write is what people say about it once they leave. And look, some people will probably relate to a particular character, or have questions, or wonder why we don't harp on race or gender or sexual orientation, that kind of stuff. And look, for some people they may not pick up on it until they've left and go, oh, they didn't really talk about this, or that wasn't a thing for us to focus on. So for me, and also I really hope that it's something that they go home and reflect and go inside, because that's the whole point. You can kind of come in as a voyeur, but you leave as a person that kind of feels like, oh, this was more a mirror. And that's the kind of art I always love.
Well, we appreciate you taking your time,
Thank you.
hanging out. I know,
Of course.
again, you're busy. You got rehearsal tonight, or your rehearsal's done,
Yeah,
but
did my
going
rehearsal
back and
already.
edit and whatnot. But we appreciate you taking time on No Pix After Dark podcast,
Thank
hanging
you.
out, talking with us. And it's February 12th
Yeah,
to March 8th,
correct.
2026, and it's a Baltimore Center Stage. Go
Yes.
look on the website. There's tickets still available. Please,
Centerstage.org.
please check them out. Please come check out the show. I'm so excited to come see it. I mean, again, thank you for your time. I know you're busy.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you coming out braving the cold.
Hey, we here. Love, peace, and be at the show.